Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow program. Thanks for growing with me on today. God bless you as you grow. As I was getting prepared to do this episode here, I live in a 100-year-old haunted house. It's haunted, and you hear all kind of noise. You feel presences when you're out there, and my daughter, when I was coming back from the trip, my daughter mentioned to me the times when she was in the kitchen and she felt a strong presence watching her. She had a nightmare. My grandson has woken up out of his sleep with nightmares. But the presence of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. It don't matter what's going on around me. I see dark shadows. I see stuff all the time in here. Heard things. Just heard something right before I got to recording. But the only noise I worry about is the noise that I make. See, because one thing I understand, and I knew this when I first started growing, when I was in that haunted house and those demons would present themselves, they were just as big and bold. They turned the TV on, a smart TV. Don't just come on and start speaking by itself. This TV come on, so I go out there and I cut it off, down in the family room. This is after he would leave and go to work. I go down there and cut it off. The second time it happened, I went down there, and by the time I got down there, it was off. The TV had came on and went to talking. I was in my room. I heard it. It was early in the morning. Ain't nobody up. So I went back down there. I unplugged it this time. Had it done it again, I'd have tossed it out the window. See, one thing I understand, these spirits, and I knew this then, the evil spirits reveal themselves and they work through people. They will work through you if you allow them to. Allow God. Now, this is another thing. As the evil spirits are revealing themselves, so too are the good spirits. The good spirits are revealing themselves and letting us know that God is moving. God is moving in our lives. The good spirits are not sleeping, resting while the evil is up doing. Good spirits are manifesting themselves also. We had an incident happen the other night when I first got in town. Just as I got back, I'm getting back right in time to divert another tragedy that was on its way. My daughter forgot to get my grandson off the school bus, and they had to call my other son who's down there with his mother, and his mother be cutting up, clowning, and doing different things, and that's why she can't have her babies. She's just not able. She's not able to take care of. She's neglectful, and not in a bad way, but she's not able to take care of her children. And that's why we have these state entities for people who can't or won't act right, like child support. And I hope that parents can come together, stop using their children as manipulative tools to get back at the other parent, because what you're doing is hurting that child. You're depriving that child of much needed time that they need with their parent. Okay. Well, God worked this situation out. I get back just in time to find out he got back on the school bus because my daughter, didn't come downstairs to get him, the youngest girl. Wasn't, she upstairs in her room when the bus came. I told her he was getting out early. My son got him, and it allowed them to spend some time together with my daughter. So they had some good quality time. He took him to the store, took him, out to eat. And I was able to relax a little bit from coming in from the trip, before I got the baby back. And it used to be a time when my daughter would take him and run off with him. I had to call the police, all kind of different things. And, but it wasn't that case that night on Valentine's. My daughter did what she was supposed to do. And my son said, Mom, as long as I'm around, she gonna do right. And, since he's been here from California, she's been doing great. That's just another testimony of what God is doing, how God is moving in our life. My daughter is growing. Whether she will have her children full time again, I doubt, but she can have a relationship with them and spend time with them. We ain't got to be on edge and worry what she gonna do, because she's making great strides and she is growing. Honey, I will tell you this. My life is not my own. To God I belong. Everything that comes to me comes from God. I don't go looking for nothing anymore. I wait on the Lord. As I'm sitting here recording this podcast, I'm waiting on God. God, what we gonna do? What we gonna do next, God? We got this going on and that going on, and I just take it day by day. It's a daily walk with God every day, not weekly, daily. We can't serve God once a week, then expect God to serve us 7 days a week. We got to serve God 7 days a week. Put God over all things, and God shall be over all in you. Remember that. Put God over all. Put God first. Well, I used to wake up in the morning, look at the phone, and go tracking somebody else. He told me how to use that tracker, and that tracker almost drove me crazy, looking for him, wondering what he at this house. Now he left this, he was over here. Now he went here, and see, he knew I was tracking him. It's just crazy. Now the tracker's on God. The tracker stay on God. And then God provides all my needs. See, I went to Georgia on a tank and a prayer. Got down there, God blessed me. Got back, check engine light went on. We had a beautiful, safe trip, going, coming, no flat tires, no nothing. Went all the way. I've never left this country and went over there to the motherland. Had a beautiful time. And I will tell you this, they talk about the motherland so horribly. I walked everywhere I wanted to walk. I went everywhere I wanted to go. And the one thing, corruption, greed, scams, that stuff is everywhere. It's not just in Africa. It's everywhere. It's over here. You got people in the legislators up there scamming, doing different things, filling their pockets up. People in the Congress, people up in the high offices, lining their pockets, doing scam, running, however way they think they can get over, they going to get over. They going to try to get over. But life is not about getting over. Life is about lifting. Life is a gift. The things that we trying to get over, honey, that stuff don't matter. It can go just like that. I watched a lady pumping gas, and she wasn't bothering nobody. She pumping gas, looking at the gas thing as the gas is going in. While she looking at the gas going in, somebody slid in her car and drove right off with it. Took the pump, splashing gas everywhere. The pump pulled off of the base, and he just took off in her car. You don't have to be doing anything. Oppression affects us all. Okay, now watch this. The two boys fighting in the mall, African boy and the Caucasian boy. The police come. The Caucasian boy, he got the upper hand at that moment. They come and snatch the Caucasian boy off, sit him down. Throw the African boy on the ground, slam him down, handcuff him, do all kinds of different things to him, while the Caucasian boy just sitting there. You got two police on one boy, but the other boy just sitting here looking. Where there seems to be no justice, where there seems to be no peace, we have our hope and faith and belief, and we know that God is moving. A tide is turning. What they getting ready to understand. See, this is what this young man don't know. His ancestors came from Africa too. He think that we are Negro. But honey, you can call us names, call us this, say we part animal, we part this and that and the other, but you the same thing. See that boy that you calling names, calling the N-word, you can use his blood. You can use his kidney. You can live, if you needed to, off his organs. When they donate organ, when you receive a donation of blood or organ, they don't tell you where it come from. This came from a Caucasian person. This came from such. They don't tell you. They just say, we got some blood for you. We got a liver for you. We got something that's going to help you live. It don't matter who it came from. It's going to help you live. Tragically, somebody lost their life in order for you to live. They will know grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. Okay, so now what didn't happen with this young man? He watched as the two police on him and the Caucasian man get to sit down and relax and watch them, dog him out on the ground. I don't know what was being said in the crowd, but they were fighting. And from what I saw, he all in his face, but they take down the African. I mean, they took him down. They all on top of him, handcuffing, doing all kinds of, they don't care. They coming in and they don't ask questions later. He fit the description. He African, so he fit. They go right to him, got him down on the ground, squaring him away while the Caucasian sitting there. And it do remind you of the story of Dylan Roof, who went in there and shot up the church and went to Burger King afterwards. And he's sitting there eating a burger, enjoying it. After he just went in here and slaughtered a whole group of people worshiping God, pretending to want to be a worshiper with them. You don't have to be bothering anyone. And here comes evil. So the oppression. Now what this young man just witnessed was a travesty, because he had two police on him while the Caucasian young man get to sit there. So now he is affected by all this oppression. He see that this man done been attacking him, calling him names. Then here come the police, not to his defense, not to help him, not to protect and serve like they supposed to. I think they done took that off the door. They don't even have that on the door no more. To serve and protect. Who? Who you here to serve and protect? Have we forgotten that? Have we forgotten the Hippocratic oath that we are here for the sanctity of life, to save life? Mr. Doctor, you decide that that's what I'm saying. Hospitals are a business. They're about money. You decide that you are not going to give this man a heart and let him die because of his choices for his body. He choose not to put this vaccine. If he don't want it, he got a choice not to put it in. Just like you had a choice to put it in. We have choices. We live under a democracy. No one person is here to run us all. We are under God. God is the leader. Right and wrong. Justice and righteousness. You know right from wrong. You know it in your heart. See, because after they got done pouncing on the young man, they stood up there looking stupid. Now they realize how they looked. They see the whole world has seen that. They realize how they look. Because see, then when she stood up, she walked over to the young man, want to grab on him. Okay, well, it's all over with. Because we already seen what you did. You ran in on the scene, pulled him off, sat him down, and grabbed the African and jumped all over him. Young boy in the mall. Words being exchanged, and then they get to pushing and shoving and fighting. So the oppression goes on to affect this young man. We are not bound by physical chains anymore, but we are bound under the chain of oppression. It don't matter who you are, where you happen to be. We all live under oppression, not just in this country, but in this world. Oppression affects us all. Oppression leads to depression. And we are the ones who can make a change. We are the change. Let's start change. Let's begin. You got some spare change? Let's change. We all got spare change. We all can spare some change. You got spare change. Let's begin to change. Let's be the change to change the world, to help the world to grow. Changing hearts and minds to grow, one by one, till evil and hate are done. 2 by 2, God and you to get the breakthrough. That's what we rolling on to do, honey. And I'm going to tell you something. Those struggles, I understand. I understand. Y'all understand. I understand. I understand the plan. You want your voice heard. You want to say, hey, look, this is wrong. We see this. We want to change this. Change starts with you. I understand they got it all blocked off up there in Canada, honey, but God done broke through. We growing in Canada. Canada is number 69. Praises be to God for the whole growth story. God is going to get the glory because we growing to the promised land. His dream is our dream, and we rolling on full steam. We would never forget you, Dr. King. The legacy is growing with us. His legacy, the freedom fighters, the shoulders that we stand on today, those freedom fighters who paved the way. So as they paved the way, I'm walking through. I'm walking through because I have envisioned it. I imagine, John Lennon, I imagine. I know the dream, Dr. King. I dream too. We going on full steam. We gonna roll on this love, peace, and soul train. We gonna roll on, kings and queens. As a matter of fact, I watched that song. My daughter, she was singing it, but it had been in my head. That's the way I like it. KC and the Sunshine Band. I saw them on Soul Train, honey. We on this love, peace, and soul train. Cause see, that's what Don Cornelius was about. Love. He just had love. You want to come on? He got love for you, honey. And you came on. You came on Soul Train. They was on there getting down. That's the way I like it. Love, peace, and soul. Rolling on each and every day. We going to keep on growing in God for a better way. It's a daily walk. And I'm going to tell you something, honey. I struggle. I go through. I have my days. I have my moments. But I give it to God for the breakthrough. I look to the solution. I look to the Lord. I don't look back. I don't look at the problem. I don't look over here. Well, I wonder if I can go back. I wonder forget that. Honey, I'm rolling on with the Lord. Honey, I'm looking to the future. What? I'm looking ahead. I'm looking past that. I'm looking ahead. I'm looking over here what God got. What God got going. What track on God. I'm looking at what God got going on. Because, see, nothing else matters. This life is not my own. To God I belong. I gave it over to God over a year ago to walk in the daily walk with the Lord, a daily journey. God then took me to some beautiful places I've seen, some beautiful things, been around some beautiful people. I want to keep growing. I don't want to die in the spiritual warfare. I don't want no part of that there. I already know what that's about. I don't need none of that, honey. I'm looking to the Lord. See, the promised land. I've been to the mountaintop too. I seen the promised land, and we growing. Let's keep growing in God, honey, because I'm telling you, we on the way, and we going to break through that great big celebrity ring. I'm telling you, we going to lift the oppressed to the world. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom, not with oppression, by oppression, over. We're going to take it, and we're going to get over. That young man pounced on by those two police, he going to take that oppression and he going to rise over. He going to come up. See, because what happened is they take it out on each other. And that's how it impacts society. When you take it out on someone else or you take it out on yourself, it impacts society. It impacts all of us directly and indirectly. That's why we have got to be the change. Change starts with you. Be the change to change the world. Get your people and tell your people to grow. These people on the street, Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis, wherever you happen to be, let peace be with you, be with thee. Allow peace to be wherever you are. And then therein lies peace. Therein lies change. We're going to change hearts and minds to grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I love you. God bless you. Stay strong. Keep going on.